Hey everybody, I am Eunickah. For those of you who do not know me, I am just a girl from a small town trying to figure life out. And I think today's video, I genuinely just want to do a sit down 2023 halfway through the year check-in. I don't know about you guys, but life has been lifing with me these past couple of months, and I don't know, I feel like I'm genuinely just making this video so that people don't feel alone and so that people don't feel like they are going through things alone, because guys, we are all going through it. I am definitely going through it. It is, or it has been, I would say a bit of both. Like, this year has been full of surprises, and it has also been such a challenging and taxing year for me. And I feel like I've just gotten so used to dealing with the punches that come my way, and I kind of laugh it off. I feel like that's my coping mechanism. It's just like being like, haha, yeah, life is tough, but you know what, it's okay. And I just think that I want to share what has been going on in my life, as well as just doing a check-in, so that people don't feel alone. Yeah. So in this video, I am going to be talking about a few or a wide array of topics, and I'll put the trigger warnings up on the screen so that people who watch this video know what I'm about to talk about. And if there are any triggers, then just skip past that part, or honestly, you don't even need to watch this video if it's going to trigger you. But I genuinely feel like I'm just doing this so that I can, one, vent because life has been lifing, and also so that people just know that you're not alone, and a lot of us have been going through a lot of different things. Yeah, so let's begin. Okay. So I first want to start off with how I expected 2023 to be. So at the beginning of this year, I feel like I started this year off so well. I was in my I'm gonna do whatever makes me happy era at the beginning of this year, and I don't know, I just felt like this year was going to be my year. I felt like the past couple of years from 2020 onwards was so challenging and so tough for me in a lot of different aspects, that I genuinely felt like 2023 was going to be my year, and 2023 was going to be the year where I thrive, right? So that was my mindset going into 2023. And then, I don't know, the year went on, and things just started happening. So the first thing that I genuinely just want to talk about is overall health. At the beginning of this year, these are for all my girls that are dealing with health issues. These are for all the girls that are dealing with health issues, right? So at the beginning of this year, I had issues with my period, menstruation, and I wasn't getting it, or when I did get it, it was extremely light, and I didn't know what was going on, because last year everything was fine. My cycle was regular. I knew exactly when I was going to get it, for how long I was going to get it. Everything was so good. And then at the beginning of this year, things just went bad. And then at the beginning of this year, I had decided that I am going to see a doctor slash gynecologist just to see what's up, if everything is okay. Your girl went and got a pap smear done. That came back clear. And then I was diagnosed with PCOS. And I know a lot of people say PCOS. I say PCOS. And PCOS is basically, it's called polycystic ovarian syndrome or ovary syndrome. So it occurs when you have really bad hormonal imbalances and you start getting little cysts on your ovaries. So when I got checked, there were a lot of little cysts on my ovaries basically. And the doctor had told me, hey, the only way you're going to fix this is 1, you go on birth control, and 2, you lose weight. Now imagine me being there like, oh, okay. 1, I don't like birth control. I feel like it messes up with your hormones already. And imagine you are having a hormonal imbalance, and the only option given to you is going on birth control. I was like, okay, clearly medicine hasn't advanced in years, or over the past couple of years, if the first thing that is said to me is birth control. So I told my doctor, no, actually I'm not, or I don't want to do that. And then he was like, okay, so you're going to have to lose weight. I was like, okay, cool. Keep in mind, I am 68 kgs. So I was told that I need to basically lose weight. But what they don't tell you is with PCOS, because your hormones are so imbalanced, you are going to struggle to lose weight. So they're giving you something and they're trying to treat the symptom, but they are not, I don't know, they just didn't specify that, hey, you are going to struggle to lose weight because your hormones are imbalanced. So I just felt like I just felt like the symptoms were being treated and the actual cause was not. So he put me on medication. I was on metformin for I think a month or 2. And when I tell you, I would cry in the evenings because it made me feel so sick, so bad. I remember one night I was basically I took the medication and I basically started crying because my stomach was feeling so sore, and I got up because I was starting to feel super nauseous, and I went to the bathroom thinking that I'm going to throw up, and I couldn't throw up. So I was in the bathroom late at night crying because I'm not feeling good, and then thinking I'm gonna throw up, but I can't even throw up because I don't know. So yeah, so that was fun, and I'm still dealing with that now. I think something that no one really tells you is that when you have PCOS, or when you have a hormonal imbalance, it really plays with your mental health. You, specifically me, yeah, I'm trying my best to lose weight, but one, I'm not losing weight. I am struggling to figure out which foods are good for me and which foods are not. And yeah, I like, you start researching and you start doing googling a few things, and you start realizing that actually one thing, this one article says this is bad for you, and another article says this is good for you, and then you just don't know if you're coming or if you're going. So I am still dealing with that. I actually decided to go on like a weight management class because I just felt like I needed professional help. I needed something that will help me, keep me accountable. And my next step is going to see a dietitian, because when you are struggling with your hormones, you are struggling with food, you're struggling with eating, it's just a lot. So I just feel like going and getting external help, that really helps. So that was the beginning of my year. Keep in mind, through all of these things, I am dealing with so many other issues in my life, and I am just trying to stay positive. Then, the next thing I'll talk about is being an engineer. So, as most of you might know, I am a chemical engineer, and I am currently doing a graduate program with my company. And honestly, I have to say I'm getting really good experience and really, really good exposure to a lot of different things, a lot of different processes and systems. However, I think I had to learn the hard way what I enjoyed and what I didn't enjoy. So, as part of my graduate program, which I am really appreciative of, is we move or we go to different departments in a sense, and these different departments basically teach you how to handle different parts of or different kinds of work. I ended up doing a lot of paperwork, admin work. And when I tell you, I truly despised it. I did not enjoy it. I think you could even see on my face, you could see the moment I walked into the office or the moment I opened my mouth, I genuinely just hated being at work. I was so incredibly unhappy in what I was doing. And I think that really had taught me that there are certain things that are just not meant for me. I'm not meant to do that kind of thing. I was so unhappy. I've never been so negative about what I was doing. I couldn't see what value I was adding. I felt as though I just wasn't, I don't know, I just felt as though I wasn't bringing anything to the table, even though it felt like I was doing a lot, and everything that I was doing just wasn't good enough. And it sucks. I think it had gotten to a point where I was just like, you know what, if this, I don't care anymore. I don't care about how good my work looks, because it's anyway just not going to be used. And yeah, I don't know, I just didn't feel good in the work that I was doing. And I feel like that's just me. I just didn't enjoy that work, and that obviously had played a significant role in my mental health throughout this year. So that was work. If you want me to make a video about life as a chemical engineer, let me know. Then let's move into family, relationships, and dealing with grief. So throughout this whole year and last year, I've been dealing with a lot of family relationship issues. I am from a very small town, and I grew up in the church, and I feel like, even though I don't even know how to put this, I feel like a lot of church people have given religion and church such a bad rep. I feel as though church people are extremely, and not all, of course, I do feel like most give me this energy. Most church people are extremely judgmental and just very condescending. And I know it's not all. Don't get me wrong, I know it's not all, but I think I've just dealt with that form of church and that form of people in the church these past couple of years. And it had started affecting my relationships with my family, and it had gotten to a point where people in my family had or kind of stopped. I feel so awkward talking about this because this is so personal. But I really am just trying to let it all out and just trying to let everybody know that you're not alone, that we all deal with issues and problems, and we're all just trying to get through it. Yeah, so I ended up basically just not talking to somebody in my family, or that person in my family had stopped talking to me. I would basically greet this person, and this person would just look at me and give me the dirtiest look, like the ugliest looks, and it would make me feel really insignificant. It would make me feel sad, and I felt very heartbroken because I have such a big heart, and I just felt like my heart was just not cared for. This person didn't care about me and only cared about themselves, when I cared and I loved this person so much, still do. And yeah, that's another form of what I've been dealing with. And then over these past couple of weeks, I had to deal with losing a family member, and that also was not easy. I had basically seen this family member take their last breath, and it was not easy. And I feel like I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with that. I'm happy that things are peaceful, and I don't know, I'm just happy that things were peaceful, but no one tells you in that moment like how it would make you feel and how you would be affected by it. And I think that's something that I'm still trying to figure out and I'm still trying to deal with. And if you had told me last year that I would be going through it this year, I would have not believed you. I would have been like, nah, you are lying. There's no way in this world that I'll be dealing with that. And look at me now. I am dealing with it. But yeah, so that is also something that I've been dealing with, and I'm still to this day trying to figure it out, trying to understand why I had to go through it and how I can get through it, and the life lessons that I have to learn from it, basically. Then another thing that happened during this year was I finally moved out. I don't know if you can see, but I'm in a new place. I moved out at the beginning of June, so I'm in my 3rd month basically, in my new place. It has been exciting, overwhelming, exhausting, and just, it's been a lot. But I don't think it's the moving out, it's the everything else that's been going on in my life plus the moving out that's just been a lot. Let's see. They don't tell you how expensive life is when you start moving out. And no one tells you how difficult it is to be an adult. It is extremely difficult. I feel like I work 5 days a week, and then my weekend is just dedicated to cleaning and trying to adult. And yeah, like, I don't know, I feel like nobody explains to you how emotionally exhausting it can be. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy it. I feel myself. However, it is exhausting. I don't know, I also feel like maybe it's the town that I live in. But moving out is a lot. Don't get me wrong, I feel very grateful for what I have, but I also feel like I don't belong here. And I think the longer I stay, the more I realize it. I do not belong in this place, and I am just trying to slowly figure out where I need to be and where I need to go. So that's also something that I've been dealing with, but I'm really grateful for the place. I actually live with a childhood friend of mine. We are staying in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. It's actually really cute. We have a little kitchen, we have a little living area and a balcony, a braai area as well. And then our bathroom has both a shower and a bath, which is, when I say it's difficult to get in this place, I don't think you understand. It's really difficult to get in this place. But I'm really grateful that I moved out and that I stay in an apartment with a friend of mine, and that, I don't know, and just that things are slowly working out for me, even after the tough, taxing first half of this year. Then the last thing that I've been dealing with, I've been feeling so alone. Even though I stay with someone and my family is here and I'm pretty close to my family and I have friends, I feel so alone. I feel as if nobody understands me. I feel as if I am really just trying to figure out in what my friend circle should look like. I sometimes feel like my head is going crazy and going wild because I want so much for myself, and I also want to have these deep and meaningful conversations with people, but I feel like I can't. I feel like I'm stuck in a little bubble, and honestly, I feel like nobody understands me. I feel as though my head and my heart are fighting each other, and I feel very isolated. I sometimes feel like, oh, it's a toxic trait of mine to isolate myself, but I just feel so incredibly isolated even when I'm around people. I just feel like nobody truly gets me. Nobody truly knows what's going on in my head. And I don't know, I've been feeling so alone. Like, I feel like I'm still trying to figure out how I can work around that. And a big part of me does feel like it is the area that I'm in, which is actually really funny because the area that I'm in is the area that I grew up in. It's just, I just feel like I don't fit in. And I don't know, I feel like this is still something that I'm trying to figure out and that I'm still trying to deal with. And I know deep down in my heart that I'm not the only person that's feeling this way. So yeah, so I don't know, I just feel so alone. It's scary that I feel so alone in the midst of people. I just feel as though even when I speak to people, I feel like it's so like half-hearted. Not from my side, more from their side. Like, I feel like, don't get me wrong, not everybody's that way. I have amazing friends and I have amazing family, but I do feel sometimes like I'm saying something and it's either one, falling on deaf ears, or just being so misunderstood. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure that one out. So that has been 2023 in a nutshell for me. It has definitely been, excuse me, it has definitely been a challenging year. It has really tested me. It has tested me in ways that I did not expect to get tested. I don't know, I just feel, I don't know, I feel like even though I've been going through so much this year, I feel so incredibly grateful for everything that I have, for my family, for the people in my life that just make me feel safe and seen. I feel so incredibly grateful for just having a roof over my head. I feel like we take that for granted sometimes. I don't know, I feel like I am just so grateful for even having food to eat. I don't know, it's been such a difficult year. It has been mentally exhausting, and even though it has been so mentally exhausting, I genuinely feel in my heart that I should be so grateful for everything that I have. I I'm hoping that the second half of this year is better for me and for you. And I just want things to brighten up. I'm really hoping that that rainbow will come after the storm, because the storm is not it. Like, I'm not feeling the storm. But yeah, that was my little chit chat, my little 2023 check-in rants chit chat. I don't know, I really don't know, but it was just me venting and just talking to the camera and just expressing how I feel, because I feel like I've been just going through the most. And I don't know, wow, I don't know, I just feel like it's been a lot. This year's been a lot, and it still feels like a lot, but I know it'll get better. And yeah, that will be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little rant, and even if you guys didn't make it to the end of this video, I'm glad I got to speak it out and I just got to vent a little bit. So yeah, don't forget to embrace who you are. Bye guys.